To get things started, let me welcome up my amazing mother, a $300,000 earner and owner of her own business, and I get to be the lucky one to get that business passed on to me. That's why this is a wonderful business, because it can be passed on to legacy and create when you create a legacy and pass it on to generation after generation. So let's give a big round of applause to the great Guada Ponciano.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Val. So to get started tonight, let me just introduce to you our company first. But before into that, I just would like to let you know that we started way back in 1997 on the business side. But for me and my husband, Raul, we started way back in 1996 in the business, but we were clients since 1992. So what I'm going to show you now is what do we do. So we started way back, as what I've said, in 1977. We have over 5 million clients around the country, Puerto Rico, Canada, and Guam. We have over almost 3 million clients on the investment side. This is our home office in Duluth, Georgia. We have over 2,000 employees, 29 of them are the top lawyers in the country. We don't advertise, we go by word of mouth. However, the Investors Business Daily, they have us as the #1 most trusted life insurance company, top 3 on the most trusted financial company on the entire United States. And at the same time, as what I've said, we don't advertise, but all these companies, they know us. And I'm so proud really to represent as one of the representatives here in Primerica. We are the best employers for women. And I am a part of the Women in Primerica Advisory Group, Advisory Board. But this is what we want you to understand. We are a one-stop shop financial supermarket with home delivery. So what do? We bring Wall Street to Main Street. So the first thing that we want to show you is how great this opportunity is. I know that you're invited tonight probably to just check us out, but we have to tell you, be open-minded, look at what is going on nowadays. People are living from paycheck to paycheck, and we can really encourage them to just get started part-time with us. So what do? We distribute financial services. So you have an option to be the distributor, or you hire someone to do the distribution. Primerica allows that. So I want you to really think about, if you go to Costco, whatever you need, it's there. So we are like the Costco of the financial services industry, or we are like the Amazon of the financial services industry. So if you take a look there in the middle of your screen, we have Primerica, and then we partnered with a lot of financial services company. We call them our strategic partners. So on the left side of your screen are companies that we partnered with to save money on what our clients are already spending. So you see, when you think about businesses, some you have to create the need. What we do here in Primerica, the need is there. We are just going to find ways to put their money in the right place. So very good example right now, on the left side of your screen, we have Primerica Life. That's on the life insurance side around the country, Puerto Rico, Canada, and Guam. For New York, it's another country. We have National Benefit Life. So what do? We save money on what these clients are already spending. And if they don't have one, we will provide it to them if they need it. And then we will try to find ways to save money on their car insurance through Answer Financial, save money on their health insurance for seniors 65 years old and above through our Easy Medicare program, help them on payments of their mortgages, or help them own their homes, because we also partnered with Rocket Mortgage through Quicken Loans. And then we provide the legal help, because this country, anybody can be sued by anyone. So we have the ID theft also to protect your identity. We open retirement plans at work. So that's the middle top of your screen. Those are examples of companies that we partner with. So we can open 403Bs, 401Ks. And then on the right right side of your screen, we partnered with a lot of investment companies. This afternoon, we had Lincoln Financial with us. This coming Saturday, we have Bright House Financial with us. See, that's the power of Primerica. We have the resources that we can really go and talk to these professional money managers, and we have access to them so we can really guide our clients on the investment side. So whatever money we save on the left side, we are going to move that and put it in the right side, which is the investment side. But this is what I want you to understand, how great this opportunity is. Every time we provide a service to these families, we get paid, not by the client, but by the strategic partners that we partner with to help our clients really retire with dignity. And then those companies will pay Primerica, and then Primerica pays us. And the beauty is, as what I've said, you don't have to do it yourself, because Primerica allows you to become a distributor by hiring people also to become also their own distributors. And that will be on the business side that we are going to be talking about. But the first step that we really do, we want you to understand that this is a movement of helping families. So what does it mean? This is a mission to help families earn more income, become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent. Now, do you think that's a great mission? How many people you know would like to retire? How many people you know that would like to become financially independent? How many people you know that are using credit cards? How many people you know that they are living from paycheck to paycheck? Right there, we need to really reach out to them, but we could not really reach out to them if you are not going to refer us to them. That's the reason why you are invited tonight. So how do we accomplish that? The first thing that we do, we are going to provide a financial education to those that are willing to learn. And then we will give you a personalized financial game plan, and then you will have your financial coach. So basically, the first thing that we really provide is educating people. Because people don't plan to fail, they simply fail to plan. So the problem is, when you make money, nobody really tells you what to do with that money. However, if you buy a microwave, there is an instruction on how to operate it. But when you get your paycheck, nobody's telling you what to do with it. So what happens, what we do here, we offer a financial needs analysis, which is a complementary program for you to follow, confidential and customized. And in return, when you love what we do to you, we will just be asking referrals from you. However, we can really compensate you as a referral person, because that would be one of the positions that you can really choose, just becoming a referral person until you are ready to really do this part-time or full-time. So your financial needs analysis is your financial GPS. So what does it mean? That means that will be your guide on how to deal with your finances. So what we are going to be doing tonight is we are going to have a check-up of where you are in your finances. Because again, this is what we do to everybody that we are going to be sitting down with. For young people, I am telling them, we are here to help you build your financial house. For clients that are already over 50 years old and above, we are here to check your house. Maybe you are already almost done building it, but maybe we need to do some home improvements. So these questions are very important for us to be able to accomplish our mission, helping families become financially independent. So when we build a house, we need to have a strong foundation. That's the foundation of your financial house, which is your income replacement program. So what I want you to do now is answer these questions just in your mind, because I know we have a lot of people in the Zoom group right now. So do you have an income replacement program? What does it mean? If God will call you on an untimely death, you are gone from this world, and you have people that are really going to survive through your income, but then your income is gone. So do you have a program that will replace your income if you are gone? That's very important. People call that life insurance. So write down your answer, yes or no. Now, the roof on your house is your living will. If something happens to you, you don't want your assets to be distributed to those people that you don't want them to go to. So that is very important, and that is what we do here. Now, the first floor on your house is 3 to 6 months of your salary or your expenses in the next 6 months. Do you have that? We are going to help you have that account. And then the next floor is your debts. We have to make sure that when you retire, there are no more debts, at least in the next 10 years, if we are sitting down together today, that everything will be paid up, including your mortgage. But this is where we really are going to be sitting down longer, especially for those of you that are already on your 50s and above. Do you have a plan to duplicate your paycheck during retirement? We have to understand that when you retire, your paychecks are going to stop coming. So you turn off the switch on your paycheck, and then we're supposed to be turning on more switches. The way we look at it, your room should be brighter when you stop working, because there are now 3 switches that you are turning on: your social security, your pension if you have one, and then your personal investment. And if you don't have one, we are here to really help you get started with whatever you can afford at this time. But this is what you will be doing when you are already going out there and helping these families. Because again, remember the mission, helping people to become financially independent. So I am calling you, join the crusade, because people nowadays are really praying for a solution to their financial problems, but they don't know where to go to. So this is where we are going to be asking everyone, okay, how much you have accumulated so far? Do you have some programs from your old jobs that you just left your money there without really moving it the right way or in the right vehicle? And then for those clients, they still have small kids, or maybe they want to fund the college education of their grandchildren. We have a lot of clients doing that now, the birthday gifts that they're giving to their grandkids at least $1,000 every birthday. So that's what we provide for our clients. And then every time we do that, we get paid. So this is the beauty of what we do, helping families, and then at the same time, helping us ourselves making money. So, but the first step that we do is teaching people how money works. Again, we educate our clients first. So tonight is like your education night. So what I want you to understand is our purpose is to help everybody become an owner, not a loaner. Say when you put your money in the bank are not putting it in the vault. They are investing it in the global economy. So they use your money, but they are not giving you the rate of return of your money. So what we do here in Primerica is we are going to show you to learn how to invest in the global economy. And how do we do that? The first thing that we want you to know is the rule of money. We call this an old banking formula called the rule of 72. 72 is a constant number divided by the rate of return. The answer is the number of years for your money to double. So let's take a look. If what I would suggest right now, if you have paper and pen, write down your age and then put in $10,000 next to your age. Then on the first column, the column after that is 3%. See, if you have $10,000 today, and then you are putting it on a 3% rate of return vehicle, 72 divided by 3, the answer is 24, meaning every 24 years, your money is doubling. So if you are 20 today, you will have to wait to be 44 years old for that money to double. And then another 24 years for that money to double again. Now, is that exciting? So one time $10,000 became 40,000. Now, on a 6% rate of return, you doubled your rate of return. Take a look what happens. 72 divided by 6, the answer is 12, meaning every 12 years, your money is doubling. Now, is that exciting? If you take a look, what is your age now? Add 12, that's the first doubling period. And add another 12 again. So if you really take a look, your money doubled 4 times, so it quadrupled, but the interest is only times 2. Basically, that's what we call the power of compounding. So if you take a look here, what if you find a vehicle that can give you 12%? 72 divided by 12. The answer is 6 years. Now, every 6 years, your money is doubling. But let me ask you this question. Where can you find 12%? Because I know that's what you're thinking now. Is that guaranteed? See, where can we find 12%? American industry, global economy. So my question to you is, would you rather have a guarantee of 40,000 when you retire or a probability of 2.5 million? Which would you pick? Because this is what we do. We educate families on where to put their money in the right vehicle. And we get paid doing that. See, rich people, they can afford to hire financial advisors. But ordinary working people, they don't know anything aside from going to the bank or putting their money with insurance companies. So everybody should know these rules. So I'm hoping that after tonight, you will come back and invite your families and your friends, because tomorrow night at 7 p.m. we'll be doing this again here in our office. And then on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. we will have the same ID and password to also do another business orientation like what we are doing tonight. But this slide really is for young people. How many people you know that are 25 years old and they can really afford to put in $50 a week? Now, if they will do that for 40 years, even on a 9% vehicle, they will have almost $1 million when they retire. The challenge is when people are young, they always are thinking that they will never grow old. So they refuse to get started on investing. 1 year of waiting, $2,400 being spent on Friday nights gives them $83,000 less on their investment. Now, they wait for 5 years to get started. When they start at age of 30, they are losing $350,000. But you know, the sad part is people start thinking about retirement religiously when they are 40 years old and above. They realize they are not getting younger. However, the challenge is they are trapped on where they are because they have mortgages to pay. They have kids to really worry about. So they are forced to just continue on living from paycheck to paycheck. But what happens? That's what we call the midlife crisis. So if they are going to religiously get started, at least at age of 40, they will only have $225,000 when they retire. They are losing $717,000 just because 36,000 for the last 15 years was spent on partying every night, was spent on something that was not really necessary, and they forgot to really plan for the future. And that's what we do here. We provide that program for everybody to get started right away, whatever they can afford, and then we'll go from there. Then if they have debts, we will give them a free program to follow, that in this example, instead of them paying their debts, including the mortgage, for 23 years, they will just be paying off everything for 9 years. That way, it will give them more years to contribute towards their retirement. And we are going to accomplish our mission to help them become financially independent. But these plans basically are really nothing unless we have the foundation, which is the income protection. So what do we do? When we are going to be doing the income protection side, one thing that I want you to understand is how important is this. So at this point, okay, well, I'll just continue. Okay, so imagine if you have a toaster in your kitchen right now. I want you to think about this right now, guys. Close your eyes, and you have a toaster in your kitchen, and every 2 weeks, $2,000 popped out. Would you like the toaster? Would you insure it? Unfortunately, there is no such toaster, but you are the money machine for your family. So if it makes sense to insure a toaster, doesn't it make sense to insure your income? So this is the first step that we want you to understand when we plan on building your financial house. Even if how great is your debt management program, and then your retirement plans and college education plan, if God will call you ahead of time, that plan will go down the drain. So look at this perfect example. A typical family, husband and wife, bringing home $7,000 a month. Look at the right side of your screen. $7,000 a month is their monthly bills. This family is living from paycheck to paycheck. And I want you to understand what happens when one could not continue living. On the way home, got hit by a car. What will happen to the monthly bills? They are not going to stop coming. They will continue to come, but the income is cut in half. So the family will be financially devastated on top of being emotionally devastated. So if you care for your family and if you want to do the right thing for your clients, the first step that we really need to have is to make sure that we have an income replacement for this family. So they are gone physically, but the income is with that family that they are leaving behind. So the house will be paid, the children can still go to college. And how do we do that? You need to have your life insurance license because this is a highly regulated business and the company is willing to pay for your tuition. And because this is really a crusade, when you go outside of Primerica, insurance agents are selling the cash value life insurance, that there is an attached savings. But if you need the money, you will have to give up your policy. So if you don't want to give up your policy, you are going to borrow your own money and pay it back. And if you don't pay it back, it will accrue interest. And when the insured dies, the death benefit will be less because they are going to deduct the amount borrowed plus the interest. The insured could not complain their death. The beneficiary is happy they are getting some money. So what we do here in Primerica is to do the right thing. Provide this family with a higher coverage, but less premium. And then the difference, we are going to put that into an investment vehicle. If they need the money, they will just withdraw. They are not going to borrow. And if they will die, the investment and the death benefit will go to the beneficiary. On the left side of your screen, clients, they do not know this. Their saving part will go to the insurance company if they die. Only the death benefit will go to the beneficiary. And again, you will learn this when you get your license, because as what I've said, our goal is to really be able to reach out as many families as we could. So what's going to happen when we are going to be investing the difference? And you continue to really put that into the investment vehicle until you retire. That's when remember the rule of 72 is going to be working again. So why do we recommend term insurance? Because of the theory of decreasing responsibility. So you see, when people are young, they have a lot of responsibilities. So what do? We save money on what they are already spending through that left side of your screen earlier, and then find ways to start investing on the investment side. But then as they grow older, children are grown, no more debts to worry about. You don't need that income protection anymore. What you need is money to stay retired. So basically, we solve two problems here: if you die too soon or if you live too long. If you live too long, we have to make sure that you will never run out of money. And at the same time, you could still leave some money to your next generation. So that's how we help families. So at this point, I'm going to bring up Regional Vice President Val Ponciano, that is going to be talking about on the business side in the next 15 minutes, and then show you the compensation side. Cool. So help me welcome our own son, Regional Vice President Val Ponciano.
Thank you, thank you. That was wonderful information, right? So I'm glad that you guys heard that because it is very important to, as you can see, to have that in your life right now, right? How many of you here truly believe that that everybody should know what you saw? Right? The rule of 72, especially, right? See, guys, now the great thing about it is that when you help somebody, Well, you also get paid, as my mom was saying throughout the presentation, that there is a business component to all of the things that we do as well, which is great. We get to help people, but at the same time, we get to get paid, right? And as I asked everybody here, if everybody should learn all of the things that we talked about, it's all common sense. Then absolutely, yes. See, guys, the need is absolutely there. And the thing is, Business 101 says if you find a need and fill it, well, you know what happens if you do? You actually end up making money. So think about all these questions that I'm about to ask you. Is there a need for what we do? Are the financial concepts that you just saw helpful for everybody? Can you see why our clients love us? And then can you also see why our competition absolutely hates our guts, right? See, this is what we do. This is our target market, right? The people, the everyday common people that are working hard but are rewarded the least, right? That's our target market. But believe it or not, we've only tapped about 3% of the entire market. This is the Main Street families that we're trying to reach out to, right? So Primerica is uniquely positioned to dominate this entire market, right? We're gonna become a household name. Question is, do you want to be part of that? And so the question I'm going to ask you right now is, how many of you ever thought about going into business for yourself? Right? I'm pretty sure once in the past you probably thought about starting something, but you never did. And there's a reason there's a reason for that, which I'm going to get to in a little bit. But what I want you to understand right now are the 4 ways to actually legally earn income, right? Legally, all right? And this is what we call the cash flow quadrant. And in the cash flow quadrant, there's 4 ways to make money: the employee, the self-employed, the business owner, and the investor. But we're going to start out with the employee first. This is the person that has a job. This is where everybody pretty much has started, right? Where you have a job where your income is based on your position, not on the person. So it doesn't matter how hard you work. Your income that's coming in is going to be based on the position that you have, right? That's an employee, right? The next is a self-employed person, where they own a job, right? They own a job. These are your dentists, your doctors, your lawyers, your hairstylists, real estate agents, salespeople. Basically, if you're working for yourself and by yourself, you are self-employed, right? When people say, I have a business, but they're working by themselves, they are self-employed, all right? So the problem with being a self-employed person is they don't really have full control of their job. The job truly controls them instead, right? The job owns them, right? That's the self-employed mindset, right? When we go into the other side of the cash flow quadrant, this is truly where you truly understand how money really truly works. Because when you have and create a business, you have what's called a system. And when you have a system in place, that means you have the ability to hire, train, and develop people, and then step back and let that business run by yourself. You basically get to not be hands off, and your business will still continue to run without you. That's a business. Think of your McDonald's, your Shake Shack, right? These are big businesses. Amazon, right? You never saw Jeff Bezos doing any work after he's hired, trained, and developed people, right, to run the business. Now it's a conglomerate, right? See, that's a business. You have unlimited income potential because of that. The other way to make money is by being an investor. When you make money work hard for you, right? See, you get to completely enjoy freedom because your money is working in the market while you're sleeping. And that's how you actually become a true investor and truly enjoy freedom, right? That's a great way, when your money is working for you instead of you working for the money. See, the problem is this. These are questions that I ask everybody. What stops you from making the transition from A to B, right? Because if I were to ask you right now, would you rather be in A, in the left side, or B on the right side? You'd rather say what? B, right? On the right side. But what will stop you from making that transition? And where are most people right now? They're all on the left side, right? So which two ways to earn income truly appeal to you the most? Pretty much on the right side, right? The business and being an investor. See, there's 5 legitimate reasons that stop people from going into business for themselves. Number 1 is they don't have the capital. They don't have the money to start the business. Number 2 is they don't have the time. Number 3 is they lack the knowledge. Number 4 is there's too much risk involved. And number 5 is the fear of failure, right? Nobody wants to fail, right? But see, Primerica has removed all of those barriers because they've been in the business since 1977, right? So they know all of the barriers that come into play when you're starting a business. So they took care of that. With number 1, not having the capital. Well, there's no big investment to get started, right? It's simply $99 to get started and sign your independent business application and you get to reserve yourself a spot in the state of where you live right now, right? Number 2 is you don't have the time. Well, you can start part-time. You don't have to quit your job. You can start on your own time and do it at your own pace. That's the great thing about Primerica. Number 3 is you lack the knowledge. Well, nobody's expecting you to become the financial guru overnight, right? But we have a 40-year track record. You get to learn as you go. You get to learn from all of the experts in the field, the most prestigious field in the world, or the world of finance, right? You get to learn from the best, and you get to do that as you become better and better at your craft. Number 4 is there's too much risk involved. Well, you get to raise your own value in the marketplace, because when you get involved in this new world of finance, well, you get the license to play in the market in this field, right? So you get to raise your own value, right, through the licenses, because the licenses that you get here are state licenses that you can take with you wherever you want to go, right? It doesn't matter if you decide to stay here with us or go to another company. Those licenses are yours. Number 5 is the fear of failure. Well, there's no risk to your current career, right? If there is no big capital, then there's no big fear of losing all that money. If there's no fear of you fail, there's no fear of failing, because you get to start at your own pace. And if it's too much for you, well, you can go back to doing your full-time job. See, that's the great thing. There's no risk to your current career, so you don't have to worry about the failure component of starting a business. See, this is all it takes is a $99 a one-time contribution to an investment to yourself, right? This is going towards your state application, your exam fees, your processing fees, your appointment fees, and your fingerprinting, all the legal stuff that needs to happen in order for you to get your state license. Normally, it would take about $400 to $600, depending on the state that you live in. But Primerica is going to take care of all of that other stuff. Your investment is only $99. The other one is, well, you need to have a support system, right? You need to have those 2,000 employees working for you and basically doing all of the back end stuff, right? That's the $25 a month. That's the one that gets you your website. That's the one that gets you your storefront, basically, in order to do business and help clients. That's the $25 a month, right? So that's already approximately about $750, because not only do you get the support of the website support and the storefront support, basically, you also get your licenses and your securities license as well. The company is going to pay for all of the education for that through Kaplan, right? And you get to keep that license, and you get to keep on going forward with all of the different licenses for investments. That's the amazing thing with that $25 per month. And while you're still learning, you get to get paid on it as well through our field training bonus, right? When you first come on board, we need to teach you how to start building your business, how to start building and creating an agency and a financial brokerage. We need to start putting people in your organization. So we need to teach you how to build a team and grow your business, and then how to get you across the kitchen table, across other families and helping them, and then get your license. And while you're doing that, you're gonna get your bonus and you're gonna get your promotion, right? That's a great thing, right? Imagine you get your promotion while you're still training. That's an amazing thing to have, right? So you get to earn the credits that convert to actual cash once you get your life license, right? This is where you get to learn how Primerica Business works, how the products and services help our clients, how to build your team, the path to life insurance licensing success, and so forth, right? So this is the field training bonus. You get to bank $200 credit every time, where we call it a one recruit and 1,000 in annual life premium, while you're actually doing your field training, right? All you're doing is observing. You're going to be going out with somebody. You're going to learn. You're going to listen, right? While that trainer of yours is going to help that client out, and you'll get banked $200 every single time that happens, right? So what my question is going to be, what will your bonus be? Because there is no absolute maximum, right? You can keep going. If you don't feel comfortable, you can keep going and banking all the credits and learning while you're still getting your license, right? That's the beauty of it. There is no maximum, but once you get your license in place, you'll get your promotion. You'll get all the cash that you've accumulated, right? So here's an example of the family that we helped out with, John and Mary, right? We covered them up with $250,000 each with 30-year level term, and then we helped them with their retirement plan with $258 monthly contributions. Now, if we did that at a 6% rate of return, that's $380,000 when they retire, or 9% rate of return, that's $770,000 by the time they retire at age 65, right? That's how we help families, by building all of that house from the foundation all the way to the roof. That's what we do every single day. And this is how much we get paid when we actually do something like this, right? So if we just focus on the life insurance component, basically the $250,000 coverage that John Mary have, that's about $428 if you're with your first promotion as district leader, right? That is when you are licensed already and ready to help families. Imagine helping just John and Mary, that's $428. But if you help 3 families and you did this yourself, that's $1,200 that you get for helping those 3 families. Now, the question I have for you is, do you want to do it by yourself, or do you want to create and build a business, an organization, an agency, or a brokerage firm that you have people working with you? That is a true business, right? You don't want to be self-employed. You want to own a business. And this is what happens when you actually start building a business. Because not only now do you do things by yourself, where you're earning about $2,200, you actually have a team of people helping other families, and you're getting $855 from those people helping those people, right? That's what we call an override. That's an amazing thing that you probably never heard of, because you're probably just an employee that you don't see the big picture of the organization that you are in, right? We're teaching you to become to transition from an employee to a business owner. This is what businesses do. That's a total of $3,100 in cash, right? Every single month. Imagine if you were doing that consistently every single month, right? Your business continued to grow. See, what people don't realize is that the real estate world actually does this also. When you go into real estate, you go get your license, right? Your real estate license. And once you get your license, you become an agent. And then you got to look for a broker to work under. Is that right? So when you find a broker to work under, every time you sell a house, you get a split. You get paid 50% of whatever you sold. The other 50% goes to the broker, right? That is an override, right? So imagine as somebody who is an agent, you have to do everything by yourself to close. But when you're a broker, you're hiring, you're training, you're developing people. That is a business, right? When you have a business, well, then you're hiring, training, develop all the other agents, and you are getting an override for every single a sale that they are making here, right? Whenever they sell a house, whenever they help somebody find their forever home, they get paid as an agent, but you also get paid as the broker. Which would you rather have? Which would you rather be, an agent or a broker? Because an agent will have limited income potential, no security, no time, but a broker will have unlimited income potential, more security, and the best thing is freedom, because they don't have to be the one to sell the house. They just have to hire somebody to do that for them, right? See, that is a broker. That is a business. So which would you rather be, a broker or an agent? See, the problem though in real estate is that once an agent gets tired of being an agent, they want to create their own business. They want to become a broker, right? And they want to hire and train and develop other agents. But the problem is that once they do that, they become competition, right? See, what Primerica does is that we actually create a hybrid where instead of becoming competition, why don't we create a franchise out of it instead, right? Where everybody is still part of the team. You're just franchising out. They have the ability to start their own business, but at the same time, because they came from your business, from your organization, you just branched out and created your own franchise. Wouldn't that be great, right? Wouldn't that be awesome? See, which would you rather? Who would you rather be, right? Do you want to be the broker or you want to be the agent? See, this is what Primerica does, as I said. This is what Primerica does, where we franchise it out. You have Primerica, you can produce an unlimited number of regional vice presidents because you are now franchising out. You receive a recurring income stream of the business they produce. Imagine this. For every regional vice president that comes out of your organization and that franchises out, you get paid $50,000 if they're making $100,000. If they're making $100,000, each and every single regional vice president, if they had 3 of them making $100,000, you get paid $50,000 from each of them. It's not coming out of their own thing, out of their own business. Primerica is the one that's doing that for you, right? How's that sound? That's pretty cool, right? So as a regional vice president, if you have a full-time mentality, you are an organization, an agency that is doing things not just personally, but you have a big team already in place, right? And imagine that's $104,000 every single year, or about $8,600 per month. And you don't have to work as hard because you have a team of people already doing that. Imagine 4,500. Your team is doing more, you're getting paid more from your team than you are from yourself. Because you built that organization. That's when you start stepping back, because that hiring process has already taken place. And as I mentioned before, when you have $100,000, our regional vice presidents are making $100,000 a year from 3 of them. That's $50,000 a year from each of them. Imagine you are already a senior vice president. You're making $300,000 in a year. You are, and it doesn't stop there. You can keep producing because there is no limit, right? There is no limit in the growth. There is no glass ceiling that everybody keeps talking about, right? And that's why the Primerica is a great place to work for women, because there is no glass ceiling, right? We have a lot of $1 million earners that are women right now, right? Because there is no glass ceiling, and it keeps on growing. See, the benefits of ownership, and I was talking to you guys about this in the very beginning, is that when you develop a big team and you grow your income to the $300,000 level, you can actually qualify for ownership. And what happens when you own your business is that you get to build a legacy for your family. You get to pass it on. And your family gets to inherit it. You can assign somebody to inherit your business for you, right? You get to create a business that can be handed down generation to generation, right? When my parents decide to say that, hey, enough is enough. I just want to sit down in the beach every single day and not do any work at all. Just take over the business for me. Well, you can do that, right? Because it's your business. You get to secure your family's future should something happen to you, because Primerica protects your business also. Your family, no, your family is protected, and that the income that's created in your current business right now keeps on flowing to your family even when you're gone. That's the beauty of having your business, right? See, the problem, not the problem, the thing about Primerica is that there's 5 reasons why people get involved in Primerica, right? Number 1 is that they dislike their current job. They're looking for a career change with better income potential, right? And I hope that I'm making you a little bit more uncomfortable about your current job, because for me, I was a registered nurse who was also very let's just say, I was very frustrated with my job, and I was looking for something at the same time, right? So I disliked my current job, and I hope that you were uncomfortable enough to know that, hey, maybe I'm looking for something, I just don't know where it is, right? So if you dislike your current job, well, here's a vehicle for you that you can get started in, right? The next one is number 2. Earn extra income. You love what you do, but a part-time income would make a huge difference in your life right now, right? You're fine with with your job because you love it, but hey, I could use a little extra money to pay the groceries because it's getting more and more expensive, right? So number 3 is the financial education. You want to learn how to win the money game. Just like my mom, who started this business because she just wanted to learn about investments. She just wanted to learn about the insurance side of things, right? She wanted to learn a little bit and become a little bit more knowledgeable than everybody else. That's the financial education side. Number 4 is they just simply love helping people. If you love helping people, this is a great business for you, because you become somebody who will change people's lives forever financially. And my mom used to joke about, my parents used to joke about helping people, because they ended up becoming marriage counselors to a bunch of other clients, because they get to talk about their entire life while they're sitting down with you across the kitchen table. You create lifelong friendships with your clients while helping them. That's what's amazing about our business, right? Number 5 is the desire to own a business. You dream of having your own business. You dreamed of having and creating something like a conglomerate like Amazon, right? You have the ability to do that here. Can you see where most people would be interested in at least one of these areas, right? Which of these areas interests you the most? Which of these areas actually hits home for you, right? See, the thing I wanna close with is this. What we were all taught from childhood is simply to do a few things. Do well in school, get those A pluses, especially if you're Asian, right? You got to do well in school, get that A plus, not even an A minus. You got to get that A plus, right? Do well in school. But then when you do well in school, you get to a good college, right? You got to go for that good college, because what happens after college? You get a good job. And once you have that good job, well, you get to work for a good company for the rest of your life, and you get to have your dream life, right? But how's that working for most people right now, right? How's that working for you? See, most never ask us, if I take your advice, Val, what will my life look like, right? If you only knew what I knew, you do what I do, right? But that's where I give it back to you. You are in full control of your life. You are in full control of your decisions. So you can either keep your job, and the next 5 years will look exactly like the last 5 years. Because imagine what happened to the last 5 years. Has it been the same for you for the past 5 years? Well, if it's been the same for you for the past 5 years, I guarantee you it's going to be the same for the next 5 years, right? So you can either do that, or you keep your job, come on part-time, build a business until you can make a career change like I did, right? When I was a registered nurse who was working at a hospital, I started building a business on the side until I was comfortable enough to make a career change. When I said, hey, nursing is no longer for me, I'd rather do this because I get more freedom, right? See, that's what you get to do because you built a business. So here's a question for you. What's worse for you right now? The pain of change or the pain of regret? The pain of change is temporary, but the pain of regret is forever, right? That's something that if you talk to people who are reaching the end of their life, we always ask, do you regret anything in your life? And a bunch of people are like, yeah, absolutely. I wish I could change this. I wish I could change that. Right? See, change is temporary. But once it's done, it's done. And you start regretting. Regret is forever. So here's the next steps that you can do. You can do side A. Well, your next step is to schedule a follow-up appointment with or one-on-one meeting with the person who invited you down in the next 24 to 48 hours while this is still fresh in your mind. Run a free financial needs analysis like the one we talked about. Then fill out an independent business application and get started. Or you can go to side B and get off to a fast start because your butt is itching to get started immediately. Get your free financial needs analysis done. Fill out that business application tonight, and then go on to some field training appointments. Get those field training bonus. Get over $1,000 and get your promotion in. Learn the business while you're doing that, and become the best at your craft, right? And then qualify for that bonus. And when you get trained, licensed, and producing, and you've started your first steps of creating a business empire, right? That is the reason why the entire hierarchy here is part of the empire builders. We're here to build an empire. So the question is, do you want to be part of that empire? Or a better question is, wouldn't you want to create your own empire? So create your business empire, get started immediately, get your financial needs analysis done, sit down with the person that talked with you about tonight, and I hope to see you guys in the future. So proud to be your teammate. I'll see you guys next time. All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Back to you. Back to my mom, Guada Ponciano. Bring him back up.
Great job, Val. And tonight, that's the end of our presentation. Keep in touch with the person that invited you tonight. And at this time, we are going to bring back to Angie, I believe, who is really checking on who are the guests for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, and for our teammates here in our office. Let's get started. Bring our guests to the other side of the room. Good night, everyone.
All right, great job, everyone. Thank you so much. And if you are new to our Zoom and in the office, please state your name and who invited you, please. It was such a pleasure to have you here today with us.
Don't be shy.